We are back. Quick intermission. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. So, going back to the messages, we are here. Now, the shark, okay? It says the shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. Wow. There's that. There is that. Now, 1602, we can look at it this way. We can look at it as the Tower card, 0, the Fool card, 2, the High Priestess. You know what that just felt like? For some, the physical body and the inner voice, there's like this push over the edge where you have no choice but to see. It shouldn't have to get to a point of a crisis or catastrophe or where the universe has to bring in this radical change for something to shift. That's the problem with humanity. One side is worried about not enough time. The other side having a lot of time and not doing anything at all. So you see how time can literally take you away from the power that's already instilled within you. But the moment you enter this realm, depending on, the tribe that you first enter to, the destiny that connects you to your fate, it'll really depend on what you decide to do. The very first moment you have the chance to analyze what you believe and shift it. And you'll be presented with, certain experiences to basically make you do what you have to do. I have is connected to the second house, which is Taurus, again with the Venus energy. So something about Venus. Welcome, beloved. Welcome, honey. Let me see what planetary hour we're in right now. Mars for 5 more minutes, then we'll go into the sun. Let me look at the chart right quick too. Ooh, baby. We're going to be here for a minute. And it's showing me the time, the universal time, 11:11. It's now 7:11. There's a lot happening at once right now. The moon is in Gemini at 23 degrees, which is also 11 in the evening, if anything. But 23 degrees, moon being in Gemini, that's an Aquarius degree. So there's this radical shift of the mind. Now, in this age of Aquarius, it's all about mentalism. Where the moon is right now, okay, at 23 degrees. I'm going to read to you what inside of degrees is talking about. Mind you, that's what it was. I was looking for Aquarius 23 degrees, and for some reason, no coincidence, it brought me to Capricorn 23 degrees, which speaks of cloak and dagger. What's Pluto's in Capricorn at 27 degrees. And Mars is in Aries at 24 degrees. Just know I'm going to bring this around full circle for those of you who don't understand what I'm saying. I'm just saying this out loud so I know what I'm looking at. It says super tight fit, custom design. This is Capricorn 24 degrees. Well, this would really be 23 degrees. But any of you that have Capricorn in your chart 23 degrees, super tight fit, custom designed by destiny, tailor made. The individual is carving out unique karmic arrangements to bear you across a difficult passage, a journey undertaken under peril, a secret assignment withheld even from your conscious self, cloak and dagger, the thoroughly veiled soul, the enigma of destiny. The secret instructions are writ upon your innermost being, and you know them implicitly. Silent, circumspect, withheld, super disciplined, guarded and private, sworn to secrecy. And inside of all of this, secret brotherhoods and cosmic streams send their emissaries to take up incredible tasks, and think nothing of it. That's why they brought me over to this. You see how I'm looking at this right now? And that came across at 414. We kept getting that as a message as well, 414, right? Now, all I know is that they had me going off of my stories today. Mama Universe was not playing. 1614 is brimstone of judgment of the Most High breath. Breath is spirit. Breath is also connected to spirit is air. Oh, fucking shitting me. One side is the lightning, the other side is this. What winds are these? And it's now 1914, 1614, 1914. Something between that period in regards to strong winds that created a radical change for humanity. For some reason, I'm picking up on that as a download that there's see, when it comes to Mother Nature doing what she must do to clear things up, because as I mentioned to y'all before, there are particular beings. Remedy H calls them inorganic beings. Well, literally inorganic beings that are roaming this realm that is causing all of, the nonsense that you hear about, or that's being brought up on the news. But that's also part of that entity's way of being. They created that type of shit. That was never intended for this realm. Never. You know what I mean? Like if this is what I'm picking up on right now. Like I just feel myself at the very beginning, right? Where there was an energy that got careless because giving is receiving. So at one point in this realm, it wasn't the way you see it today, or what history constantly teaches you to repeat that type of nonsense. Starting with belief systems that make you look outside yourself. That's where it really starts with. You know what I mean? Because you can speak to anyone who's not on a spiritual journey. Now, anyone that's on the spiritual journey, you're not going to judge anyone who is still in service of their ego rather than the ego being in service of their soul. When you're on a spiritual path, your ego becomes in service of your soul. When you're not on that path or fighting it, your soul is not in service of the ego. Your ego is just in service of the ego. The soul is disconnected because the soul won't play that. Okay. Now, there had to be a point where something or someone was tricked. Now, I have some phenomenal people that I've met in college. I'm not going to lie. And one of them was explaining to me what space is and why it looks the way it looks. It's dark, it's concentrated gases, so all colors are placed together, which creates this darkness. And now, what's the one thing we know in the world today that's going up? Like, only source knows, right? It's gas. But that gas has to be pulled from somewhere else. Obviously, there's a disconnect from that now. And this goes back to also speaking of karma, which is Saturn's energy. Saturn would be the real moon, if anything. Saturn is connected to that's Mama Universe right there. Saturn. Now, enough is enough. Where they're pulling this energy in for power. Now remember, power's already in you, right? It's not something you're supposed to be buying. It's already in you. If you didn't have power, your heart wouldn't be beating right now. You wouldn't be breathing right now. Your blood wouldn't be circulating right now. This is what I mean, get to the bottom of it. This is also what I mean about looking at people from a soul level to take action on decisions that you know you gotta make. Loud as hell right now. So, here's another thing. If you know your natal chart, right? This is for anybody who watches this, because this video is gonna come across for anybody, right? And the type of energy I carry, yeah, I am out here to see where the fuckery's at. Only to make you realize, oh shit, time is up. Yeah, your time is up. Playtime is done. Recess is over. Okay. So if you know you have Capricorn in your chart and it's a dominant energy, your success may come later on in life. Your success is going to come later on in life. What I highly suggest those around you, this is also going to help you to make decisions in a high vibrational state. Keep that in mind. If you got a lot of Capricorn in your chart or wherever you got Saturn. Because anyone who wants to misjudge you for the time that it takes for you to do whatever it is that you were willing to let them know that you're going to be doing, which is another thing. Keep that between you and source and self about what you're about to do. Because again, not everybody is wanting to see you succeed. They may act like it. Just like any other role that an actor is playing, that's not their life. However, it becomes their life if they don't know when to cut it. So if they want to act like, oh, there's going to come a time where the energy is going to come around to match that vibration. If it doesn't match that vibration, now here we got a karmic lesson, a karmic ass whooping for those that want to misjudge. And literally placed on your path to awaken you to what you're going to do, to get you to develop, kind of like your karmic relationships. They're all designed to get you to connect to your divine counterpart by helping you to remove these toxic habits that you may still have and riding from when it comes to like your self know vibes, what you've done in the past. Like, see, for some of you, that's bringing me back to that movie Push, because they have the watchers, the shadowers, the movers, and it's basically talking about supernatural abilities. And one girl, the one, is her name Dakota Fanning? I think that's her name. She's a watcher. She can see the future. So wherever she is, and if there's an image that comes across her mind, she has to draw it, but she doesn't remember her past, which is more like a curse to not remember her past. Because if she remembers the past, she'll be able to really make changes in the future. But this is now where she works with the mover. This is when now the collective energy. This is why it's important to be around those who are operating from their unique self-expression, because two people doing the same shit ain't gonna help nobody. You feel me? You don't got 5 fucking thumbs on your hand. Do you not? Okay. So just be very mindful of who you are and the information that's coming to you. Because we're in a moment where there are beings around us, with us, all the time. Cosmic energy. We speak of the angels, we speak of deities, but they pull energies of those that which we know of them comes from a cosmic energy. Okay? Those same deities and ancestors you hear about, this is you now. So this is another thing when people, say that they're this and that they're that. One, you're being disrespectful to that energy. Two, you're disrespecting yourself, because you may come from that, but you're not exactly that. You are you. Who are you? What did you come to do? You did come out here to do something. Just like you have another entity that came out here uninvited. And you not being you, you're literally succumbing to that frequency. You're moving from an uninvited space if you're not being who you're uniquely designed to be, which is why you always hear me tell y'all, look at your galactic signatures, look at your human design, focus on you. Get to know you on a daily basis. Not 1 week you do it this day and then, nah. Get to know you. What age is this? The age of knowing. Aquarius is connected to the stars. And the stars within the Aquarian constellation are stars you do not want to play with. At all. That's Uranus vibes. That's your ass if you want to say and play around in this age. I'm telling y'all. I'm only a messenger. And when I say I'm only a messenger, that involves so many other things. Because one thing I realized, the amount of energy that was invested in me being a track and field athlete and being focused on it the way I was literally saving my ass. It was, because it was helping the energy that was the power that was already in me to shift in a whole nother way. So this is another reason. Look at what you were doing. Don't worry about who didn't support you, how you ended up there. Look at what you were doing. Focus on what you were doing. It's going to connect you more to the I am. And it'll help you to move out those energies that came with, the lower frequency of shit where now you're in this healing journey. Because it's going to come a time where you're going to have to step away from that. Healing the inner child. There won't be a frequency available to the human vessel to do that. This shit's deep, yo. Like, it's a golden age. It's an age where you should be able to move freely from your instincts. Freely. That you're a manifesting generator. Look at the when I say look at your human design, you want to look at that incarnation cross. And in that incarnation cross, there are different gates. That's what you want to look into. That should literally tell you your whole life. Now, that information's there. Of course, those that are in power know this about you too. And some of you have certain trials and tribulations because this shit has already been said until you wake yourself up out that shit and unplug. By knowing yourself. And when I tell you it puts you in this space of forgiveness like no other, because you realize this was all part of the game they was playing. And that's also part of the contract too, Yeah, you have all this information, but you still got to put that information out there for people to find out about themselves. Notice when it comes to some of these history channels, the truth is normally shown during the time that people were asleep. Trying to look completely different. Okay? You're welcome. So, and that also goes down to minority. Not being able to find information. And it's not that you're not able to find it, because most people don't like to go to the library, and there's a lot of shit you can find in there for free. So, excuses. Don't make excuses as to why you can't do something. This ain't the age for that either. So the shark, okay, let me look at 1602. What is 1602? They better. Hold on. Let me see. I was just sitting here feeling low-key bamboozled. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, you could have told me this shit earlier. They was like, no. And I thought of my placements. I was like, yeah, had you learned this earlier? Then it says 1602, cast away, to be defiled. Oh, shit. And that was the shark. And the shark says the shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. So if you don't acknowledge the matriarch, the feminine energy, dun, 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 dun. The shark indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. You got to be shitting me. See what I'm saying? It's hot outside. It's hot. Okay? Feel good though. Hot and humid. But here you have somebody walking in a shark onesie. That was, listen. Okay? And you hear what 1602 says. To cast away. And the shark over here talking about it's only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. The feminine energy. It indicates that something big needs to be exposed. And then we looking at this white van that won't come over here that says Libra, big and bold, and then construction. It's lurking in the depths and create intention. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong. But when the shark energy is at play, we feel its we feel its presence encircling us. To bring this energy into balance, honesty. When it's out of balance, sneaky and destructive, cloak and dagger. Let's continue with the cards now. 733 or 1933. When I see that, it makes me think of Dr. Sebi, healing thyself with nature. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, ancestors that guide and protect me. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me, as me, for you and I collected to use our mind's eye to see. In connection to the Most High forevermore. Ashe, ashe, ashe. What is the message for the collective today? Here we go, y'all. Let's see what messages come out. What messages do you have for the collective? Now, that was more like a cosmic, ethereal download. So that would be from like the 9th dimension and up. You got to come down a little bit. I just felt it. You got to come down a little bit. Obviously, we're going to be from 5 to 9 right now. From 5 to 9 right now. It's to the point that anything that's against that is blocked from that energy, which is why there's no need to operate in fear when you know what you know. Let's see, what's the message for the collective? A lot of synchronicities. I just saw 2744. Let's shuffle this through. All right, here we go. Up to here. Okay. We have 1 month. 1 month. This is the truth. Gosh. Cosmic parents. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out. Have a great night. Shali, thank you for your donation, my love. I'm out. This is the truth. I mean, what else? What else we talking about? And then what's this? Ay. And it says 1 month. You've got to be shitting me. That would be 7/27. I'm going to look at the chart for that. Because, this is 23:55, 11:55. Some of you could be seeing that. You notice how he was picking up that 23, right? And at 11. Blossoming, justice, abundance. Revolutionary spirit awakening to deeply rooted ancient abilities to deeply rooted wounds. So you see how that's wild, because the verse of the day, what it says, I am the Lord your God. Now the Lord is your authority of spirit. The way I look at any of these religious texts, I go to the bottom of it, see where y'all pulled that from the cosmos, or at least attempted to. Trying is an insult to do it, right? I am the Lord your God. I strengthen you and tell you, do not be afraid. I will help you. And that's Isaiah 41:13. And that's your cosmic parents. When I look at that, I go straight to the cosmos. Like, oh yeah, I just pulled this from down there. Well, wanted to. So revolutionary spirit awakening to deeply rooted ancient abilities through deeply rooted wounds. Let me go to Gemini moon energy at 23 degrees. We are currently in the sun hour, so let's make some light of this right now. But I also want to go into the chart a little bit more. Gemini's 23 degrees speaks of instincts fill the screen of awareness with instantaneous reverberations. You are ready to pick up on whatever comes through magnificently. The skill, the virtuosity is dazzling. Nothing is impossible. There is a space open for worlds to connect, flooded with impressions, ecstatic with what you can do, spilling over into infinity, showing what we all can do. That's literally Aquarius vibes because 23 is the higher degree of Aquarius. So showing what we all can do and insisting that it is simple. The greatest of gifts freely manifesting, no strings attached. The future opens and the light streams through. The body knows. The body knows of this. That's the only thing that's time, you know. Direct sensing, multidimensional and straight on. A tunnel created by trees, intervention by your own greatest self within the patterns of the personal story. A vision is granted. A way is shown. A way is shown. Yet to follow, it will mean many shatterings. Am I tripping? Oh, it's really tripping. Yet to follow, it will mean many shatterings. A cosmic future realm, uncompromising and magnificent, vibrant and cocky. The power of the crown. What the fuck? The truth that takes you by surprise. So much is opening. All you need is to be there and ask. The expanded eye aimed directly at you and drawing you through. And it sure did, because yesterday a sparrow came through. I was like, okay, like we always do, feel me? And I knew which one it was because this one is a little fuzzy. I call him Fuzzy, he or she. I call it Fuzzy. So Fuzzy showed up, didn't see no catchers up there. I was like, I got you. And it came back at 6:45. And 6:45 Gematria speaks of, it said this. Oh, okay. Here's what it is. Here's how it went down. I spotted it at 6:45. There was no cashews there. So I started to look at the gematria of that. And it says, stay calm, first soul, Lord directs us. You got to be shitting me. Gray beings, the Kabbalion, Mother Ocean, happy feet, penguins. And we already know the penguins adapted to not flying. They used to fly. They used to fly in the air. They adapted to not flying because of what? The toxicity and the energy, the frequency that is here with the toxicity of human beings. Like we're all connected. You as strong as your weakest link. And whatever human beings were doing at the time that these penguins decided, fuck that, I ain't flying no more. There's that. Then you have Siddhartha, Gautama, which is considered Buddha. Then you have, my name is I am. And then it comes back. I look at the time, it's 7:17. So, all right, 7:17. It said also, when it showed up, I wrote down Siddhartha, and my name is I am. I said, oh, your name is I am, huh? And I continued to go down the list. It said, I am from Sirius A. So let me see what message Sirius A got. Because it also speaks of then, now, to be evil, and the judge. When I looked at the Hebrew numbers for it, So, like it says here, blossoming justice and abundance. Judgment is now on this planet. Let's see what we got coming out. Hey, shitting me. Rune number 22, which speaks of the master builder. It says stagnation, that which hinders, ice, stasis, stillness, self-control, identity. Ice only appears to stop a river's flow. Ego consciousness, self-control, unity, development of concentration, will, and focus, power of control, and constraint over other entities, emotional outbursts. This is a rune of control. So this is really speaking of that which has been controlling humanity in terms of your power. Everything that has to do with the quote unquote powers that be, however the fuck you want to say that, that power is already yours. You already had it. You were just trained to think outside of yourself. So this is what this energy is telling you about that which hindered you. The chains have been broken. Yes. The Most High makes it all possible and definite. Yo. Handle deep-rooted issues and solve them. Are these seeds bearing fruit? I feel like that's what that's what Mama Universe is asking. These energies that wanted to misuse this power, or rather so steal this power, by making humanity think that in order to gain that power that they have to go through these, that you already came with that shit. All these taxes, and listen, own whatever it is that you have, right? But that ain't even supposed to be a thing, because that creates this energy of competition. And now if you're competing, you already stepped out of yourself, because if you are operating from your unique self-expression, there's no need to compete, because you're the only one doing what you do in whichever way that you do it. Welcome. Then we have reflectors. Some of you are reflectors, some of you are manifestors. If you are a reflector, you're highly sensitive to the energy surrounding you. So you're a vibe that feels what's happening before it even gets to you. But you really got to be careful about who you surround yourself with, because you absorb it all. You absorb it all. And then manifestors, you're the pioneer. You could be Aries, Libra energy, or you can have this as a North Node, South Node. Manifestors, you speak life into existence. A manifesting generator, you're an energy it's kind of like you get the plan started. You get several plans started, but you're not supposed to stay there. Okay. But the pioneer speaks life into existence. Communication is key, and you're happiest on your own, but you do thrive with support. So if you're a manifester, you're somebody, you more than likely work for yourself, or would be working for yourself, which means that you're more connected to your North Node. If not, I'm here to tell you that connect more to your North Node, because more than likely it's going to be a vibe where you're going to realize there's something you're supposed to do on your own. And you probably feel like you're not supported. You're not supposed, you'll thrive with it, but you're gonna be fine, more than fine without it. Okay. It says bridge the gap with wise responses or actions. Begin to trust your truth, that of the soul in connection to the cosmos, and an archangel message coming through here to cut the cord right now. Not tomorrow, not later, right now. Whatever it is that you must cut out of your frequency that's not in alignment to unconditional love. Remember that giving is receiving. So that also comes down to you giving yourself the moment that you need to replenish yourself. If people around you cannot receive that and you feel like they feel some type of way, get them to fuck out your energy, period. That shouldn't even be a discussion. Some of you have family members like that. Again, Look at the situation from a soul level. Because now you'll be in alignment with the frequency that this age is in, age of knowing. Like they say, trust your instincts. You hear that often because there's a deep knowing in there. But if you have all this toxicity surrounding it, you're going to trust your instincts, but it's that of things that are not, that is going to distract you from your path. You're an empress going into a goddess. How old are you? Eons, billions of years. You could be a red serpent. You're part of Solar Seal 5, red serpent. Your power is life force. You know everything about surviving and the essence, instincts for your ass. I do. What else? What else here for the collective? What else we got? I've got a few more messages here. This is the room for protection when it comes to traveling, especially if you're astral traveling. We have solar seal number 8. So we have 2 galactic solar seal energies popping through here. Red serpent, the power is life force, as we just mentioned. And the power for yellow star is elegance. Through beauty, through art, whether it's music, paintings, whatever it is that you do, whether it's hair, makeup, modeling. The planet connected to this is Venus, and the chakra is the solar plexus. So we got the crown and the solar plexus. Here we got Libra energy coming through. 7th house, speaking of partnerships. And we have the rune of growth and rebirth. It says here, the most obvious truth is hidden deep within, and only you will ever know it. There are situations surrounding you that's helping you to strengthen your power of secrecy. Because for some of you, you have a tendency to you don't consciously seek validation, but you tell people other things about what you're doing to basically be celebrated. And this is for the energies that whoever it is that you're telling it to really won't celebrate you, or things like that. But the more you do that, as soon as you learn that lesson, there's no need for you to repeat that. And going where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Tolerated may start with just being you. Okay. But we also have here motherhood, healing, gardening, child raising in the womb. The power to contain all that is within. All that you know that is within. Especially when you're going through this dark path or the dark night of the soul. Because like the womb, it's also a dark period. But this is where a lot is growing. So you have to be mindful as to what it is that you're surrounding yourself with, because you're adding to that. You're adding whatever it is that you're surrounding yourself with to that growing process. And this is what you end up creating. You also have 1 to 5 days. Peace entering your life, but you must surrender. So let's get some surrender cards here. What are you asking them to surrender? It's showing me this other message already. You're a lender, not the borrower. So some of you have been giving, that when it was time for you to receive or asking for assistance, no one was there to help you. That was part of your lesson, to realize that you weren't here to help yourself. You may have, some trouble setting boundaries, but the trouble you have with setting boundaries is also connected as to why you encounter people who, when you give, you're not receiving, because they're there to show you that lesson to wake your ass up. Look at that. Surrender to spirit, surrender to the wisdom of your body. So that's basically the balance, the balance of the spiritual and the physical. So surrender your ego. What are they to surrender here? What are they to surrender here? Surrender your fear of intimacy. I feel like this is also coming up for some of you who have Venus in Cancer, or this is the Venus in Cancer period that we're in, the first decan of Cancer, because it is Two of Cups. If there's any fear, there's a benefit that you're giving to doubt. And there has never been or will ever be a benefit to doubting. Know that you are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So that goes back to the giving and receiving. That may trickle into other areas, especially when it comes to intimacy. This is why you gotta be mindful of the friends that you have, because the partner that you attract is going to reflect them too. Straight up. The universe gives you what you're willing to handle. So it shouldn't be hard for you to disconnect. At first, it may seem that way, and it only seems that way because you have yet to get it done. So now, the longer you wait, the more you step into anxiety or depression, depending on where you're at, if you're too far ahead with it or if you're too far behind. Because depression is being stuck in the past, anxiety is too far in the future, when your power is in the current moment that you're in. Which also brings it back to time, the illusion of it. If there was no such thing as time, think about how many things you would take action on at this very moment. That's everything. Because all you have is right now. Sometimes you're unable to shift that way, again, because of the energies that are surrounding you. And energy is fluid. We disregard the potency of energy, like the wind or like air, that you can't see it, but you know it's there, until something drastic happens where people have to start wearing masks and realizing, oh shit, that person's over there. I can't see what's going on, but here now I have what they have. And they didn't even touch me, but they were around me. Why does it have to get to that point? And why does it shut off for anything else? What else? What else, baby? What else? Surrender your fear of change. Surrender fear of intimacy, of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of changing your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation: I have faith that all is well. I have, which is connected to Taurus, emotional security, faith, Neptune energy, belief that all is well. You know? To surrender to your full power. Right at the bottom of the deck. At the foundation of it all, you have the power to shift anything. But this is also where you have the topic of the Kundalini rising. Things that are stuck at the base. You physically realize what's stuck at the base if you're somebody who suffers from like hip injuries, hip pain, back pain, especially lower back pain, or anything going on with the knees. If it's the knees, Saturn. If it's like the Achilles, the calf, that's Aquarius vibes. If it's the feet, Pisces. It's all there. It's all there. It's all there. Anything going on with the head, Aries. Surrender your ego and surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. Stop explaining yourself. Some of y'all get into arguments wanting somebody to understand you. No is enough. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility furthers your goals. And humble in the sense that you're able to let go of what you must let go of, but always remain in your power, because humble also for me means low-key weak. I really don't like that word, to be honest. And then surrender denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are. Don't give yourself no reasons or benefits of the doubt. Remember, your power is in the now. If you want to connect to your power, focus on what you can do right now. There's so much you can do right now, but you're putting it off by either thinking too far in the past or staying stuck in the past or too far in the future, which is blocking you from what you're doing right now. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decision without denying the difficulties. That's another way that you remain or step into your power of the now to make a decision or take action on that decision. Not denying the difficulty. You know what I mean? So there's that. And then surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. That's you in conversation with the Most High, Source. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe. That's where your power is. That's how you know you have power. Or that it's within you, because it's beating. There's an electric current that's flowing through there naturally for this to happen. And that is also connected to the cosmos, the universe. Take your power back. I don't have to even tell you that. Get your fucking power back now. From any situation or from whatever the fuck it is, get your power back now. Okay? Let's see what the moon talking about. Then I'm going to continue on with the other messages that came through. Get your power back now. Some of you, all you got to do is look at your South Node. Get familiar with what your South Node is doing. Any oppositions, conjunctions, whatever it is. Bring love into the situation so you can bring your heart back. New moon in Aquarius. Have faith in your dreams. Don't let your past hold you back. Tell me more about this with a collective. Surrender to the divine. Full moon, which speaks of conclusion through forgiveness and gratitude. Like the surrender your ego message, cultivate gratitude daily. And it'd be real simple to cultivate gratitude when you're focused on self. And then you have the topic of, oh, that's selfish. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. People made that shit a thing. This is why people out here stressed the fuck out to begin with. Taking time for yourself is a problem. That you better go take that problem where the fuck you came from with it. And miss me with that shit. Because conclusions are within you to reach for or realigned with. Full moon eclipse. What else? Hold your vision. Don't let pride get in the way, including that of others. So we had the new moon in Aquarius bring love into the situation, and full moon in Leo. Full moon in Leo occurs during the Aquarius season. So don't let pride get in your way. Bring love into it. And to bring love into situations, obviously you're going to have to remove that which is not. So you're not activating this part of yourself that removes you from that. Feel me? Then we have the red moon, the power of universal water through purification, the essence of flow, planet Mercury. We already read Mercury's, we read the moon in Gemini energy, but Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury has a lot to do with the way you think and the way you communicate that with others. But let me see where Mercury is right now. It's also, yes, we have 3 in Gemini. As a matter of fact, the moon, Mercury, and Venus, they're all in Gemini. And respectively, 8, 9, and 10 of Swords vibes. Venus is in the 8 of Swords. Mercury is in a 9 of Swords. The moon is at a 10 of Swords. And these moon messages, in order to get you out of the 8 and 9 of swords, which is self-sabotaging thoughts that lead you to anxiety and depression, sleepless nights. For some of you, this is others, energetically sending certain vibrations to you to keep you stuck in the past. Some of you are doing more than fine, but you have people who mishandle you, feeling some type of way, and this was another thing that you could be feeling. Return back to sender. Doesn't matter. You don't know who it may be. Don't focus on who it may be, because now that's gonna put you in their shoes. You're already out the damn picture. Okay. But the energy could more than likely be directing itself to you, because the person that you were connected to in the past could be having you in their thoughts, in their heart, and having conversations about you. And you'll know. You either see them in the dream state, or you'll see their name, or somebody may say their name, or I may even pull up gematria and then somebody's name comes up. Like, don't disregard any of these signs. Don't feed too much into it, but just hear it for what it is. Okay? And make a decision without denying the difficulty of it. It says, don't be among those who give pledges, among those who become guarantors for debts, because that's whatever that is that's in place in terms of banks and all this other shit, that ain't even supposed to be a thing, yo. Mercury, we have here, the brain instructs the rest of the body and your thoughts. Leo, Aquarius, high priest, high priestess, ancient Kemet. Some of you could be the giver, or check out the film also, The Giver. It's a great book. Read that book in the 6th grade. It was phenomenal. I enjoyed the book a lot more than the movie though. But definitely some of you have some really, ancient blood within you, and this is why you do go through these experiences, to trigger you. And triggers are all about change. Triggers are all about change. There's no need for you to be around somebody who triggers a part of you that you've already accomplished, have already surpassed rather, because they could be the frequency that's bringing this energy back up within you. If there's a certain trigger if there's a particular trigger that comes up with a particular person, and this has been something that's been recurring, it's something for you to change. It could either be what they're telling you, or it could be that person, because that energy may be connected to them. Energy is fluid. So when you get to the bottom of whatever it is, you can make the best decisions or take action on a decision. Let's see here. Let me get these cards over here. Let's see what the Intuit Oracle does. Shitting me. The water carrier, Aquarius. This could be an Aquarius, as we just said what we just said, because you're stepping into this stage of being a humanitarian, generous, noble, balanced, a calm life, communication that is also calm and compassionate, which alleviates suffering, caring for others, giving is receiving. 9 of Aquarius, 9 of Swords vibes. And what was that? The 9 of Swords was Mercury. Let me see what degree that was. Sixteen is Cancer, so this could have something to do with your roots or mother. Let's see here. We have autumn, full moon, within 6 to 9 months, 93. Some of you could be born in 93, or this could have something to do with the Libra, Scorpio, or Sagittarius. Symphony, 933. This also is giving me the vibes of completion of a cycle, but the completion of a cycle with reward only comes if you decide to do something that is uncomfortable for you to do to close out the cycle. Because again, there are certain things in your life that are part of your past life, only to get you to remember who you are so you can step into your North Node. North Node in Gemini, definitely astrology is the way you would communicate. But obviously releasing the dogmatic beliefs, Sagittarius vibes, South Node in Sag. We have here bringing harmony into the situation again. So harmony twice. Oh no, not twice. Making sure you're surrounded by organizations or teams or people where you can co-create, where there's a natural, where there's a synergy. Because again, this is not the moment where you want to be insecure with self or your emotions. There's too much in this realm right now to be at a state where 10044. There's too much in this realm right now where it's not going to be safe for your mind, your body, or your soul to be insecure. So this is another thing. 808. If you want to go through that gate of abundance, you better do what you must do. As difficult as it may seem, but without denying the difficult. Listen. Surrender denial. Surrender denial. Look at that. You got the diamond. Some of you, yeah, definitely a diamond in the rough. For sure, for sure. You have the diamond, which speaks of creative force, faithfulness, value, perfection, brilliance, commitment, light, purity, esteem, unconquerable force, multidimensional, multifaceted, invincible spiritual power. But if you're not surrounding yourself with a vibrational match, you're distracted from this path. And that's not a space you want to be in, especially if you have invincible spiritual power. The universe is going to give you your ass whooping much different than the ones that you're getting distracted with. We have the ostrich trap. These animals too, they were way bigger at one point. Ostrich trap speaks of fear-based thinking, steering clear from fear-based thinking. It just says run for cover, especially in anything where you feel threatened, or in any area of your life where you're refusing to face reality. This is a message for you right now. Get your ass out of there. You know where you're refusing to face reality. Get your ass out of there. Look at that. The library comes up. Some of you just go to the library and vibe out. 128 could be significant. 12-8 could be significant. 9-6. Knowledge, learning, history, information. Some of you could be a life path 9, a 33, or a 3, or an 8. Well, if you're a life path 8, I would highly suggest you be in the library because your life is all about transformation. It's just transformation, ending, new beginning, ending, new beginning, ending, new beginning, ending. That's just your life. Especially if you have a name that comes up to that number, you're vibing from that frequency. If your name numerology is an 8, it's the same as having a life path 8. It's abundant, yes, but you have to get very well versed mentally, spiritually with what transformation is. Death shouldn't even be a word in your vocabulary the way it is for the majority. So it says looking beneath the surface. Some of you are authors, or you've been thinking of writing or researching more. This is a message confirming to you, go and do it now. And these are all cardinal signs here. Aries, Libra, Capricorn, in that order. The only one that's not in this is Cancer. So we're looking at your first house, your 7th house, and your 10th house. For some of you, whatever it is that you do for work, or where you'll be changing, whatever it is that you do for work, it has something to do with partnerships. There's certain partnerships that you'll remove out of your life, and it'll really connect you to all that you are, your life force. And this is now where your career changes, or what you decide to do changes. Some of you are wondering, damn, I used to do this, but now I'm doing this. It's because you got certain frequencies or vibrations away from you. or you're no longer in that environment. For others of you, in order to break free from whatever it is that is restricting you, you got to get your backbone. Libra without a backbone or without the Aries energy, knowing who it is, knowing the I am, will never be balanced. It's always going to do what others wants it to do. It's the energy of being around people and showing them reasons why they should like you, instead of you looking at people and seeing if they belong in your if they belong in your auric field to begin with. Some of you picked up security of your emotions based on, a mother or a father, and or both. And the more you got to know about yourself, this is when you started to break down these walls, and now you're stepping into you. You're realizing the invincible spiritual power that you do have, your multidimensional self. So some of you, your soul specifically chose a certain destiny, a certain family, in order for you to get uncomfortable enough to shift. 813 could also be significant. It's 813 now, but that could also be significant, which would be 7 of Wands, which is Mars and Leo. So some of you may have Mars and Leo. You step into your spiritual warrior power when you're creating from what you know you can do. That may even be taking a risk, and I like to see risk as renewal in source knowledge, renewal in self-knowledge. Those are the risks you want to take. Whenever you're taking a risk, make sure that it's coming from your self-knowledge and connection to source now. Because you'll have victory. Speaking of 7 of Wands, you'll have those other 6 wands. You in the 7 of Wands, you see a figure or person holding one wand. You can look at that as the Ace of Wands. That's the wand of enlightenment, the wand of rebirth, the wand of life force, Aries energy, with 6 wands attacking it or coming in to distract it, because it understands, and understands that you're going to be victorious and successful. 6 of Wands speaks of victory and success, Jupiter and Leo. But you have to make sure you're expanding in the right direction. So being mindful of what it is that you're ambitious about. You can have ambition, but everything that you're ambitious about doesn't mean it's connected to your path now. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Because shit, I'm a universe coming through. Coming through. Let's see what animal energies we got. Yes, some of you, your throat chakra is closed up, or need to work on your throat chakra here. Moth to a flame. People, it's like you're allowing people to be in your energy that don't belong there. So this is now where you're blocked out from your intuition, and it increases the longer you have that energy around you. Or vice versa, where now you're realizing what that is and your throat chakra is opening. You know where you fit in. The scorpion and the unicorn. Wow. Sheesh. And then the phoenix, you're 8. You called it then. This is all Pluto vibes. And then we have, because this would be in connection to the third eye, Neptune. Because Neptune is the divine realm. Your psyche. So some of you have definitely, or will be, or you are breaking through psychological blocks that prevents you from seeing this vision. Some of you are right back on the path of the unicorn, where anything you believe and know is possible is possible. Just like it said over here. Your cosmic parents is out here. Nothing's impossible for the Most High. When you are truly in connection to the Most High, the first thing that'll happen, you'll be taken on a journey to strip you from beliefs that don't align with that. So that's like the phoenix rising, going through the path of what it is that has burned it down to begin with. So it's kind of like, not kind of like, but you are going through that memory lane of all the things that broke you down. But you were only broken down to be built back up so that you can see. And you already know the scorpions in the desert, so you can take the heat. When it comes to the purification of fire, of passion, where you feel like you're taken away from things that you love. When you're taken away from things that you love, that's a true test of, do you still believe, do you still know that regardless of what's going on around you, you're always going to be more than okay and taken care of by the Most High, taken care of by Source, the universe, however you want to label that. The fact that we have a label for it, this is just me now channeling the way I would if I was here by myself. The fact that we have to label it is a problem. Anything that we apply a label to takes the power away. This is why when you feel certain things, you say, I can't express what I'm feeling, but I feel it strongly. Vibrations are much stronger, exactly. Vibrations without words, which is the frequency. The frequency changes once a vibration is placed on it. There's that. Slows it down. Word. Let's see what else we got. Let's go to the angels and ancestors. 2020, give us the clear sight. What's the clear sight right here? Through the eyes of illusion. Like, who the fuck came up with that? You got 2020 vision. See, I question everything. Everything. I mean, hello? Dream and journey, the drum, the rhythm, baby. It says, unleash the wild within, she-wolf, be the light, surround yourself with protective energy is at the bottom. And we got the I almost said the wolf. We have the owl here with the butterfly, so definitely transformation the moment you start to follow what your heart is telling you to do. Because the heart doesn't open or close. It is you that disconnect from it through the lack of understanding of your solar plexus sacral and your root chakra. Choose your path. What else? Angels and ancestors. We have the mirror guardian, earth guardian, and the shapeshifter. The way I just pulled that card, that really moved like a whole shapeshifter too. Some of you have to really cut the cord because there's energies that could be doing mirror work on you too. Transform and unveil your gifts. I just felt like going through a cocoon. So this is also being mindful of who it is that you're telling, what it is that you're doing next. Feel me? Stay rooted and grounded. It'll also help you with this mirror work energy as well. Going out in nature, going by the water. Depending on the type of vision that you have and your connection to your abilities, you may see what or who it is in the water. However, you don't want to focus on who it is. You want to focus more so on getting your power back. Okay? You may already know. There's no need for you to be focusing on who it may be. As a matter of fact, you're at this point where they know you know. And that's the fucked up part. So some of you could be feeling the frequency of the karma that's coming for them for stepping into your energy without permission. See, people do things without permission and think the shit funny because they're insecure and think they'll never, get handled. Not all karma comes instantly. This is why I say if you got Saturn or Capricorn vibes in your chart, and let's say if you got like Saturn and Capricorn, or shit, if you got the fixed star Algol in the 10th house, people better not fuck with you. They better not mess with you. They better not. Because with Saturn Capricorn vibes highly aspected in your chart, they'll get to experience the most beautiful life after they've done what they've done to you. The most beautiful life. But that's perfectly designed so when it's time for that karma to come for that ass, they better be able to handle it the way you did. In most cases, they won't be able to. Not even a third of it. They're going to feel like they've been wiped out. Because that's exactly what happens. They end up getting wiped out from everything. That's why people got to be careful who they fucking with. Gotta be careful who they messing with. Take time to reflect on you. Bring back you into the picture. Some of you are experiencing certain things where you're giving your energy away to the toxicity that's going on. And for some of you, this is also why you're blocked out of your dreams too. Some of you haven't been dreaming the way you're supposed to because your focus is somewhere else. You are dreaming, but you're not able to remember them because your focus is somewhere else. It's not on you. You know? Track down your fears and desires. This is what Mama Universe is doing. Because Gabriel is connected to being the hunter. Judgment Day. I'm telling you. Now, here's the thing. This is how deep this goes. Certain things have been done to your bloodline that you are experiencing that you were never told about. But some way, somehow, something happened along your journey that stepped you into spirituality where you're into tarot, for example, or oracle cards. Because it's a different form of handling shit now. It's a whole different type of knowing. Especially when you're doing it from a space where you're connected to source. Not to be played with. You know what I mean? Ignite your passion, make plans, and focus. Focus on you. I'm telling you, the shield maiden works with Lilith. So get familiar with your Lilith energy because that'll also, after what I just said, that will also connect you to what's going on. But now you can have your eye open and seeing through people in situations like a scanner. Where you can just sit there and be like, okay. I'm gonna watch how you get down. Because there's a reason why you're here. It might be for eternity, or might be for a season. But the journey will show you. The journey will always show you. That's why it's important to not rush the process and get time out of your sight. This is time. That was my grandmother's song, and she is Sag too. Fire guardian, ignite your passions, make plans and focus. See, some of you are getting distracted too about who's possibly doing what, this, that, or whatever. Just know when you a high vibrational being on that journey to align with that further and further, you're gonna always have people that's out there distracting you. Your job is your work is to continue to stay focused on igniting your passion, what brings you that life force, not what takes it away. What takes it away is being focused on the fuckery. If you know something you want to find out, you do you. But don't dwell on it. Because a dwelling is a home. Don't make nonsense your home. Nine of Swords and the Moon was popping through here. It just feels like energy being projected. And it will only penetrate you if you're not focused on what you're supposed to do. Message from the water. This is the Chariot. Look at that shit. 7 of Wands that we was talking about earlier. And in the Chariot, you have the Emperor riding the Chariot. But this is also speaking of logic and intuition, the balance of logic and intuition. Tell me more about this message from water, please. Message of water. The Tower, the village. Some of you are literally going to be taken out of a situation. So don't fight the current. There's going to be a certain radical change that occurs in your life for a reason. Don't question it. Because you have Uranus and the Chariot here. This is all things that are intuitive. That Uranus has a lot to do with the electrical impulses that flows through your nerves. So this is where we're going back to now about listening to your heart and where you're being guided to go. The moment you start to put logic into it is when you start to decrease the power of the message that's coming in here. Female issue. Dancing could also get you to a space where you're shifting the energies as well. Some of you need to enjoy yourself, even if that means by yourself. Because some of you have disconnected from people that you normally, have a great time with, but that was temporary. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself. Exactly. Mars and Pisces, 10 of Cups. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself. And Mars has a lot to do with the use and action of your willpower when it comes to what you believe. So if you believe that you need people around you, which means you're lacking self-love to enjoy yourself, then that's what it's going to be. But if you believe and know that you yourself is love, you yourself is enjoyment, you yourself is passion, ignite that shit, make plans and focus and be you. You feel me? Make plans and focus and be you, because you do not want to get caught up in this crossfire. Karma and Shango. That's justice twice. So what I just felt from that. This speaks of a reconciliation that happened already, and now this is your second time going through justice about it. If it didn't change the second time, and you're thinking about indulging in it a third, you're giving the benefit of doubt, and there is no doubt or benefit, and there's no benefit in doubting. That's fear. False evidence appearing real. Okay, now. Dancing is your therapy. I share. Eight of fire, Eight of Wands here. This is a combustion. What is this? Two of Earth. Something that's been, something that you've been juggling is about to be a combustion. What's this about? Two of Cups. Sexual healing is playing outside. It's 8:33. Y'all notice how often this 33 popping through here? When you mastering whatever the fuck lesson this is gonna bring in your emperor, your empress, or emperor, empress opportunities, which heals your foundation, which heals your root chakra. Or this energy that comes in, their presence, their vibration has the ability to heal every chakra that is within you and around you. I'm out. The Ace of Cups. Some of you can sense this. You know what you got to do to remove whatever it is that you have to remove out of your life so that this bliss can come in. Now, some of you in a union, this could be family members or friends that you know that are not on that frequency. They're not flowing with that unconditional love, and that energy is coming into your relationship, and then you wondering why certain things are happening or are off because you got these motherfuckers who don't vibrate like y'all do in your space. You don't need everybody coming to your crib now, and you don't need to be going to everybody's functions when they invite you. Be mindful of those people. I love your vibe, and they got work to do. I'm through. Look at that. Be mindful of the people who say they love your vibe and they got work to do. Five of Cups. They dwelling with sorrow, pains, and regrets. Better cut it. Because you're going out with them too. Some people around y'all on their last branch. And this last branch, you being around them, you're going with them. And you have like this solid protection around you, but that protection goes the moment you surround yourself with the sorrow, pains, and regrets. That shit ain't funny. Ain't funny. Seven of Cups put together right there with the Two of Cups. And look at that. You got your angels and ancestors out here already protecting you from all of this. Nine of Swords is right here. You can sense this from certain people. There's certain people that you have around you that you haven't removed off of social media because you don't want to make them feel some type of way, or you've had this past with them. Sit there then, because you going right there with them. I tell you, I'm the outcast. Like, I don't listen. Everybody that's in my past, that's where they at. That's exactly where they at in the past. In the past. Oh God. You think that shit is getting? Look at that. You got the bull and the lion, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Because I know what time it is. I ain't about to miss out on this amazing blessing because y'all want to be playing it. Deuces. Because this is peace. This means deuces. I'm moving on to something better. Oh God. Oh, right better. No more time to make it work. No. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Kick him to the curb. Look at this. See? There's some people you have around you who know you're either about to be in the most amazing, blissful, unconditionally loving relationship, or some of you are in one, and they're envy and jealousy. Like, I cut off people who just play around like, I'm envious of you. Don't play with me. Fuck out my life. Don't play with me. I don't play that. I don't. Listen. The universe don't got the sense of humor like we do. We got that shit. The universe just looks at it like, oh, you want to entertain this? Let me give you more of it. Be mindful of the orders you're placing. You're going to get what you ask for. Don't be eating from everybody. Oh, shit. Don't know what that is, but we're about to see. Don't be eating from everybody either. That's a whole message for you. And the music as well. Fairies and sylphs. There's messages in the clouds for some of y'all as well. Those of you who have that vision. Yeah. Those of you who have that vision, you're the outcast. You the type. If you're the type that can look at anything, water, you can see shapes in certain things that you would have to have a spiritual eye to see that, or an all-seeing eye rather, to see that. And you got people around you like, I don't see it. Be careful now. Like that's how serious I am when it comes to I don't be playing that shit. I'm not about to say and explain that shit because that diminishes your power. It does. It really does. You probably someone that's out here. You can in the beginning, like it wants to say in the beginning was the word, right? You can literally say, "Let there be light," and the fucking light comes on. But if you're around somebody who feels like it's just kicks and giggles, guess now what happens to you? Your power is not going to actually strike a match. It's like you're going to be taking a matchstick, and that's just going to be constantly breaking because you're around this type of vibe. Hell no, I'm good. We're good. Oshun's energy, who literally would step away from Shango because he had that power, and she's all about love and sweetness. You got to know yourself and know when to separate yourself. Undines and mermaids. Something about a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What about this? Let me see. Wow. Getting by the water is definitely going to help a lot of you here. This is not for everybody, obviously, but there's somebody in here that watches this that ends up having 3 sons, triplets. Or you have 3 sons. Let me see. Yeah, that's definitely a blessing. Oshumare, the fire element, they could be fire signs. Karma, 2 of fire. So some of you here, you're about to open doors that you have ancestors at least minimum 4 generations ago. They were about to open it, but they were careless at some point, lost that power. You went through experiences to learn all of this by yourself. To clean the slate, we got a new moon in Cancer coming up, and get your power back from all ages. This is giving me the vibes of someone who can walk underwater, live underwater and on land whenever you want to. As metaphorically, figuratively as you want to take that. You know where you fit in. You have a strong connection to fish as well. Also, be mindful of eating fish from other people. The star comes out. The man. What about the man? What about the man? Oh, shit. Clarify that, please. Okay. Whoa. That just gave me a vibe of a resurrection, a man resurrecting. Message from the air. Why is he through here? Why is he through here? Could be a Scorpio. Sun in Aquarius, moon in Scorpio. Definitely a magician. Definitely a magician you got in your space right now. Definitely a magician you got in your space right now. This is for high priestesses or high priests. You have a vibrational match of a high priestess in your environment. Wow. Okay. Ooh. Going back to the mirror magic, and anyone who has done any type of death spells, you're highly protected. And the reason why I said, ooh, an energy like that being sent out to someone and backfiring, you already know how that go. Somebody didn't realize that you are actually that portal that they want to play around with. Giving is receiving. They gave it and about to receive it right back. Because what it did was enhance you. That's what I mean. Some of you have gone through certain things to wake you up to your power. To come up with a solution that is unorthodox. Because everything that was set to help you actually made the situation worse than what it was to begin with. Until you decided to connect to source where nothing's impossible for the Most High. And in doing so, you realize that there's a certain level of faith and knowing that you must have, which means everything that's around you has to match that. This is speaking to a higher ranking person now. Okay. You have ancestors on both sides with power that they will send out militaries to just go after one person. That's the energy that flows through some of y'all veins up in here. I'm only here to remind you. So this is why you got to be mindful. This is where you'll hear that term, chosen one. You came back to complete this shit. And they're all here to support you. All of your ancestors. Some of you may have moon in Taurus, or moon in Taurus could be significant. 6 of Pentacles. That's another thing I've been noticing. The sky right now looks like cotton candy. It's pink, blue. It's pink, purple, and aquamarine. That's beautiful. Let me see something. I need to see where the stars at right now. Sirius is over there. Regulus is also over there, which is a royal star. me see something. This is giving me strong Oshun energy because it just showed me sextant, which looks like a fan. Some of you got to check what's going on in your chart that's sextile, because that's where you're also bringing in harmony, especially if you're going through a situations where you're seeking balance. Look in your natal chart, the transits of right now, what's at a sextile. The angle between points, sextant, and the connection of that creates the star. A star in the making, huh? This is giving me golden child vibes. Some of you know you're the golden child, but you ain't moving like that. You moving real schmegula degula. Ain't Cardi a Libra? Go ahead, boo. Do you, honey? Let's see. Look at that. The tree of illumination, truth, revelations, understanding. Look at that star up there. Yep. You see that? At the top of the family tree is you. So it's like the head honcho of the soul. First soul came back, and it's in you. Yep. The path in the mirror. Again with this mirror. I need to see what's going on with this mirror, because now I want to see what this is about. Where's that guy? Right here. This one. What about the mirror? The mirror, the pathway. For some of you, your direction and purpose change due to distraction. Others of you, you've been doing your affirmations in the mirror, and this is what's causing your purpose direction to change, but in alignment to what it actually is, what you're here for. 3375, 675, June 1975 could be significant. Or March 3rd, 75. I'm diving deep because his birthday is the 3rd of March. What's this about? This is upright? Yes. What's this about? I said, is the deck upright and the strength card comes out in reverse? But it's number 11 in this deck. Normally, the justice card is, see, this is what I'm saying. Somebody put their hand in the lion's mouth, but about to get their ass whooped. Somebody put their hand in something they wasn't supposed to. Playing games. Eight of Wands. Now all the ancestors from all past lives coming for that ass right there. Yep, 5 of Pentacles. Whatever this was wanted to put you in this position of lack. As far as the mirror energy that we was picking up on earlier here. Yep, they wanted to put you in a position of lack, but here you go. This actually strengthened you. It basically is like what I was saying before, where some of you, your soul has the role, and it's a role that only awakens when the stress call is sent out. So the stress call for some of you was you now stepping into divination work and doing tarot readings, because like I said, I wasn't going on this path. your ass was gonna see me regardless, but as a whole track athlete or something. You know what I'm saying? But it's wild because 2020 is when everything went down, right? Where you had this massive shutdown. And a couple months before that was when I got injured. So I already knew. I was like, fuck, here we go, another Olympic Games. And I just got injured right before I'm about to get back into this groove that I can feel when I'm getting back in this groove. But this has been happening for 4 Olympic Games straight. Every third year, but this was the first time that I reached the year, but it was a few months before that I got injured. But every other one before that, every third year, something would go down that the fourth year, it would take me out of it. Which I started to put the puzzle pieces together. And I'm like, what's really the deal here? And this is what I was saying in the stories too. Like a lot of you have this journey where the spiritual warrior in you is being developed through what you've done in the past for a greater purpose. So when this call comes out, when it's time to get to work to do what your soul was intended to do, because it's the beginning of the age of Aquarius, another age, right? So some of you are part of those first souls at the beginning of every age, whenever it changes into a different zodiac sign. That's every 2,000 years. Okay. So, and the fact that we was speaking of, well, that was 1200. So the last time something like that happened in Cali, that energy with the storm was 1200 years ago. Yo, this shit. Because when the stress call comes out, you start to wake up. You start to rise from the ashes into what you're supposed to do, what you're really here to do. Now, if things were going the way they were supposed to, and there was already unconditional love, one, we probably wouldn't be doing the things. For example, me, I probably wouldn't be running track. I probably would be already doing this in a whole different type of way, though. But we're all magical and just creating effortlessly, all in love, like it's a utopia, basically, right? But because it wasn't handled that way, age after age after age, it's like, all right, we're going to start you off like this, but there's going to come a point where you're going to have to wake up, wake up. And when you wake up, there's like a bear coming out of hibernation. It's a little cranky at first. You know, you gotta really see what's going on. You gotta wipe off that fear of, oh, if I say certain things, is this gonna come after me? Is that gonna come? Because those political leaders who were doing what they were destined to do, they've taken care of that. Some of their energy flows through some of y'all too. You know what I'm saying? So some of you are reflection to people that you're drawn to in terms of ancient leaders, those who believed in unconditional love is what I'm speaking of. What else? The Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is Saturn in Taurus. Going through these challenges to really balance out the energy within you to secure the foundation. But first, you have to remove the toxicity, whatever that may be. What is the toxicity about? Nine of Wands in reverse. Yeah. Nine of Wands is connected to Moon and Sag. The toxicity is your emotions connected to memories when it comes to higher knowledge or seeking the truth or being the God energy, really bringing it back into self that you are God because God is within you. If God is without you, it has to be within you first. The Magician at the bottom of the deck. You see the green man, Osiris. And at the top, you got the Hermit. Virgo energy. Exactly. They don't point that Washington Monument directly towards the constellation of Virgo, Speaker, for no reason. And we know Speaker energy. When you hear a Speaker, the way I'm looking at it right now is closing out your power to speak. Because what? Creation happens when you say it. Even if it's internally, that it's being created. They getting on my fucking nerves. I'll tell you that right now. I just had to say that out loud. You can't buy power. You can't buy power. You can't buy something that you already have. It's a duplicate. And duplicates create competition. The fuck? Don't get me started. Well, they already did that. I'm doing this shit now. Not this shit. They ain't need to come at y'all like that. Y'all know my vibes. I got a whole Mars in Aries. Look at that shit. It said be brave and honest. Trust your instincts. Love and let yourself be loved. Move beyond ancestral patterns. Be open to healing information. Exchange energy to create abundance. Let go of the need to be right and do what you must do. Take charge with authority. Embrace the energy of peace. Follow the voice of your soul because your star ancestors ain't come here to play with no fucking body. And we see how these ravens be going on. Although it's crows, but we can look at it this way. The wise one. Grow within the current situation because you're a warrior. Be brave and honest. That's what it says. Be fearless and stand strong. And then you got the lady, the empress. Look at all this star energy and this shaman energy. They can play if they want to. This ain't the age for it. This ain't the age for it. This is the age for what? To see your seeds grow. Look at that. Set your sights higher. Some of you got a telescope. Use that shit. Use it. Use it. You might see something up there that only you can see. It's something that you have to see. Path is connected to Taurus, second house. Go out in nature and just see what you must see. And I'm speaking to this eye for y'all right now. Go out in nature and see what you must see. Don't question it. Don't make any logic, any reason of it. Just go out in nature and see what you must see. Speaking of see what God energies are coming through in here. What's up in here? You got Buddha. And what else? Apollo. Now Apollo is speaking of actors. Shiva. For some of you, Shiva is your mentor. It's an ascended master for you. Christ consciousness, that's you. The Shiva is, I keep splitting. Shiva want to come through. Look at that. Full Buddha Shiva. Willing to take the journey. 21 steps, 21 levels. The Fool to Zero. Going to the Fool to Zero, and then we got the Magician over here on the other side. I believe in miracles because the magic is in me. Ascended Master and Shiva coming through here twice. Trickster. Integral philosopher. You may have energy surrounding you that may want to trick you from bringing yourself out. Don't get distracted. For some of you, you may even have a mentor that's low-key hating on you. Don't get distracted. Trust your intuition. Anima. For some of you divine masculines, trust your divine feminine. Okay. Trust in her messages, trust in her knowledge. The integral philosopher comes out again. Let's see what's coming out here. Three times. What this says? To embody the archetype of Shiva is to experience the death of the idea of death itself with the realization of our spiritual self who is divine and eternal. Survival in physical life exists only by devouring other forms of life. This devoured life transmutes into that which the physical body needs to survive. Ultimately, the physical body expires and transmutes into that which allows for other life to perpetuate or go through a cycle. Shiva's dance reminds us that the life cycle of creation begets destruction, birthing creation and cycling over and over again. That's in this realm, absolutely. Dance, shake, and move stuck attention out of your system in full, unfiltered expression until you collapse in exhaustion. When you are ready, rise from the ground and imagine the issue energetically transmuted into a phoenix of blessings out from the ashes of composted worries. Nature is in the continuous rhythm of life and death all around us. Contemplate the dance of life everywhere in your world. Call in this perception and embrace whatever issue in your life needs to be composted. Review its birth, its life, and how in its death, the many ways it could be reborn into something new. That's for y'all with this 8 energy. This is the what, the year of the tiger, 6th year? Sufi, which speaks of dancing. What else? King of the party. King of the party. I'm a seagull. King of the party. Look at that. Commander, ascended master, God, Apollo. Stop acting. Stop acting like be that. And then we have king and apprentice. It's giving me the energy of a divine masculine that needs to rise from being a king to an emperor. You have emperor bloodline within you, where you're from an emperor bloodline. You're a commander. For some of you, you have a divine masculine in your life that is that, but you have to rise to the empress for the emperor to show themselves. Hero wanted to pop through. What's this? Some of you have a son that's watching every step you take, every move you make. Ra, shit. Whoever this masculine is, you are definitely a son of Ra. A child of the sun. Sun child. And Mother Earth runs in thy blood. Okay. For some of you divine feminines, this is the lover you're connected to. If the lover you have now and you're sitting here having conversations with somebody to understand you, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your precious body. Okay? You're wasting your precious body with anything that you have to explain yourself or to get to understand you. Understanding is personal to you. I feel like that's what's under judgment here, Illuminati, when it comes to this Sword of Melchizedek. Illuminati, outlaw, magician, integral philosopher, green man, brother, anima, and tyrant. The energy of the cosmos that brings in resurrections. they no longer have connection to. This is also the glory of certain artists who remain independent. Mhm. So whatever you do that normally will involve a contract, you're being guided to remain independent. What else here? Sumerian, I am connected to the cosmos. Some of you didn't have a relationship with the Father for the reason that you have a cosmic Father, and that was the lesson for you to learn. Not to blame anyone, not to feel sorry for yourself, for you to see what you're actually connected to. Look at this shit again. And the Jedi. The Force be with me. An Illuminati. In love, I trust. Not unconditional. But a lot of you have been illuminated that the force is within you. The power is already within you. So you're stepping into your sovereign ways of being, or will be. The beast of a Renaissance man. Jack of all, master of many. And this goes back to the message of people who know you have the ability to do multiple things. And they'll be like, what do they say? The jack of all, master of none. Regardless, if anybody has said that about you, that's the ass. Because the way that fell out my hand was not. Literally, everything that they built is because you ran your mouth about the wrong one. The right one. You ran your mouth about the wrong one. Who was the right one to bring in this lesson for you? Archangel. There's that. See what the divine feminines are talking about. Truth, revelations, understanding. You're the first soul. Just saw the mother of God that just popped through there too. Here we go. Divine feminine. Bridget, the goddess of eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter than the Black Madonna. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. Most people have used your pain and suffering to talk shit about you, not realizing that you have this internal flame that once is activated, because you're the saint of authenticity, you have the power of the air, the prana, life. You have the power of life and death on your tongue. Anyone who speaks of your name, they better speak of your name highly. I don't give a fuck what you did in your past or what type of life path you had. Watch it. Isis, the goddess of magic. Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. Who else we have here? With Bridget, the goddess of eternal flame. Who you riding with, babe? She rolling with Fatima, the mother of believers. And who else is here? Lady Guadalupe, our Lady Guadalupe. Mexico is highly significant for some of you too. The Empress of Protection. Bridget rolling through with Khadijah. Excuse me, I said Fatima, but okay. Bridget's rolling through with Khadijah and Our Lady of Guadalupe. The goddess of the eternal flame, the mother of believers, and the Empress of Protection. Sheesh. Return of the Rose. Return of the Matriarch. Ariadne, the mistress of the labyrinth. My soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. One of my 20, I call him my 20, was like, we don't actually go through things. We make sense of it once the intuition has done its work to get us through it. So you come on with it. Come on with it. Let's see. I said it because she was out here. There she goes. The mother of imams. Love is my lineage, and gratitude is my religion. There's that. You can hear the silence. They not coming in for unconditional love. This is who's at their doorstep. Matter of fact, this is who riding with you on all sides. Kali, the mother of the universe. Mama Universe, come through. That's confirming this entire message. You cannot buy power. The power is already within you. There's nothing in this life if there isn't the feminine energy. If the matriarch isn't here, nothing as far as creation will exist. So obviously these beings that are here wanting to wipe out the feminine energy, something's off. And a lot of the systems are based on that energy's belief. See why you gotta wake up. Or you can get that work from Kali too. It's up to you. I'm gonna leave a message right there. It was great vibing with y'all. And I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you later. Because today is tomorrow, tomorrow's today. I'll see you later. Love you. And I mean that. I got this warrior energy, but no, that should come from some strong love. I got a lot of love in me. Believe me. Believe and know that. Okay? This love is different over here. This is divine love. But you could get a divine ass whooping in a heartbeat. Later, y'all.